week 2 of taking inventory of a number of different areas of my life. This is helpful for me to see where things are running smoothly and where I could use some tweaks. So this month, I'd love for you all to join me in evaluating areas of your own life and seeing if they are cooking with gas or whether we need to slow it down or ramp it up, so that we can kind of move through the next 6 months or so and end the year with a bang. Today, we'll be looking at my closet. And as a fashionologist, someone who strives to understand the way that what I put on my body makes me feel and says about me and how I'd like to be seen and show up in the world, I've spent a lot on clothes and shoes over the years. And as you saw in last week's video, I'm on a bit of a budget as I try to pay down debt related to being a psychologist. So I'm sharing a little bit about how I still indulge in new to me finds and stay bougie and balling on a budget. So if you'd be interested in something like that, just keep watching. Hi there. My name is Dr. Erika, and on this channel, we encourage radical change to inspire far-reaching impact. And today we are talking about renewing and refreshing our fashion, our closet. Now, I've dipped my toe into talking a little bit about fashion before, especially on Instagram. And there's no time like the present to take a deep dive into how I try to refresh and renew my interest in my closet halfway through the year. So I've always been into clothes for as long as I could remember. And as a girl, my mom and I didn't see eye to eye on fashion choices. I was a fan of ruffles and sequins, and she was a fan of A-line dresses and plaid. And so I really don't feel that I got the chance to kind of live out my wildest fashion passions until I got old enough to be able to buy my own clothes. And so you would oftentimes find me in really neutral clothing, blacks and dark plaids and school uniforms and burgundies. You would find me in those colors probably up until middle school, where I then hit a tomboy phase and oftentimes would be in shorts and plaid button-ups and Chuck Taylors. That was kind of my standard uniform. And I went through that tomboy phase probably all the way up until my 10th grade year of high school. And part of that was because I developed pretty fast and really didn't know how to appreciate my body, and had to kind of grow into a level of style that was all my own. And so around high school was when my dad started to offer to buy my school clothes every fall and spring and make sure that my wardrobe was updated and fresh with all the latest fashions. And so I took that opportunity on his dime to be able to explore different types of fashion. Now, my plush plus folks, you all know that pimping ain't easy when it comes to buying clothes in the plus section. There's very little variety and offerings, and I guess it's getting better. But back in the 90s and 2000, it was not just boring, but also really expensive. And it's not that much extra fabric for the drastic price difference that we oftentimes still to this day see in plus size clothing. But so as I got the opportunity to explore, I shed my shorts and plaid shirts for dresses and skirts and lace and really dove in. I did not shy away from prints or patterns or bold colors, and broke all of the rules that were suggested for plus size folks back at that time. And then going off to college, I worked at a plus size store, Lane Bryant, and would often use my discount frequently. It allowed me to try new styles, not just of kind of outer clothes, but also intimates, and really allowed me to kind of understand the difference between fabrics and the way that they felt on my body and the way that I felt in those clothes. And so clothes really became an expression of how I was feeling. Rarely would you see me in black. I usually would put really bold colors together. And if you did, it was usually because I was making a statement, like boycotting Valentine's Day when I wasn't dating anybody. And that still remains, while the using the clothes as expression part. There are certain colors and accessories that really brighten my mood and are instant game changers for my confidence and the way that I walk outside and present to the world. And so those are oftentimes things that I may grab and wear more frequently, or that if I need a boost, I find myself reaching for. And in doing all that shopping, popping tags on items also became therapeutic for me. Being able to try out new ways to express myself was what I really enjoyed about shopping and buying clothes. And so the opportunity to try something that was really new to me became really appealing, and to be able to see if there was maybe another way that I might express myself just became really exciting. Now, as an adult, I definitely was thankful that there were more stores out there than just Lane Bryant and Ashley Stewart and, God forbid, Catherine's for us folks that maybe needed a little extra fabric. And regardless of how you really feel now, even about things like fast fashion, there are many more plus size folks being included as creators than ever before, which is like so heartwarming to see. I wish my little self had the opportunity to see all of the kind of celebration and body inclusivity that is coming up and still coming up, still happening in the fashion industry. Now, one thing that has changed over the years is my need to have like the absolute latest in plus size fashion. So I realized real quick when it was my own big girl coins that was spent on clothes that it's really hard to do this on a weekly, monthly, even every new season basis. It gets expensive really fast when you talk about popping new tags on plus size clothes. And so in comes thrifting, right? It was like a whole new world opened up for me. And while we frequently as a family gave to Goodwill growing up, I don't remember us ever shopping there. I feel like I have found so many styles that I love and am grateful to have the chance to kind of try all these different items through thrifting, not to mention the saving. I was even able to find some pieces that are in line with this vintage style of dress that I actually love and obsess with. I love the 50s and 40s style of dress. And it's something that as a plus size person, I haven't been able to really indulge in with something that was really off the rack growing up. So thrifting has definitely become a lifesaver for me in so many different ways. First, it definitely became an inexpensive kind of window shopping therapeutic experience. And so we go to the store sometimes and we walk around, especially stores like Walmart. And then all of a sudden we get up front. We came in for sometimes nothing at all. And now we walk out with $50 worth of stuff. But when you go thrifting, it's really hard to do that. Or if you're spending $50, what you have to show for it doesn't fit into a small little Target bag, right? And so it was something that I found myself doing to kind of relax, walk around if I wanted to get out and was feeling like spendy, because the likelihood of me spending a large amount in the thrift store is less than if I went into a mall or a department store. Second, I've been able to support really good causes through thrifting while getting things that I need to. So some thrift stores like Goodwill or even Sacred Heart, they are thrift stores that give back to certain communities like veterans or homeless, and allow for folks to be able to have jobs as well as to be able to provide proceeds of sales to fund things that folks need. And so I like the idea of being able to kind of recycle gently used clothing in a way that still is kind of for a cause and really allows for others to benefit from me getting something that I need or even want, just want. But I like the fact that there's kind of like a oftentimes give back component to thrift shopping. Third, I have been able to slowly reset my closet with items more in line with the direction of my capsule wardrobe. So as I move further into adulthood, I recognize that, that lime green wiggle dress is not something that I probably will want to wear other than just this summer. And so making purchases like that aren't really smart. And so thrifting allows me an opportunity to try things in a color palette that I feel like agrees with where I am in life, and really allows me to kind of try some more timeless pieces that I can have in my wardrobe for years and years to come and aren't a part of that fast fashion. And that's one thing that I really can appreciate about thrifting, is the opportunity to do that and to really try to build a capsule wardrobe without breaking the bank. Oftentimes I'm looking for pieces that I can mix and match with countless kind of wardrobe and outfit combinations, and that will match with items that might already be in my closet. It's something I think about when I pick up an item, even in a thrift store. What else could I wear with that? And if I can think of at least 3 different tops or bottoms that I can pair with the item that I'm grabbing, it is a win-win situation for me. Fourth, thrifting for me has been a really inexpensive solution to the fluctuations that happen in my weight. And so for a while, I weighed over 400 pounds and finding clothes was really hard. And then I began losing weight, and it was hard to kind of keep up with the changes in my clothing sizes by buying full price fashion and saying, okay, now I need pairs of black pants and leggings and jeans, and kind of saying, oh, I've got to replace a whole section of my wardrobe, and feeling that need to was able to be accomplished through thrifting in a way that was just more fiscally responsible. As I continue to have changes in my weight, some that feel very drastic and rapid, and then others that feel very slow, it allows me to be able to tackle that in a way that feels good for me, and not feel pressure to kind of buy all of this new stuff, but also for my budget, so that my budget can keep up with things that I may need to purchase as my weight changes. All right, now today I'd love to share some of my most recent thrift store finds, most of them coming from Goodwill, while also pulling some tried and true items from my closet that were also thrifted. So let's see what we got. Right, so here is the first outfit. The gauchos are the thrift item. I got these from a local thrift store in this area. And when I saw them, of course, they were fun and bright. And I saw all the colors and the different colors that could be pulled. The fact that there was the tan that I'm wearing. This shirt is one of the A New Day shirts, one of the value shirts that Target sells. And I paired them with a sandal of a similar color. But there's burgundy, there's purple, there is a cream color, there's black. There are just so many colors that you could pull, really typical colors. And they are elastic waists. And so I put a little belt there because some people like to cover that up. So that's an option there too. So this was one of the pieces that I felt like I guess I could get the most use out of. That would be really fun. And it has pockets. All right. The thrift item in this outfit is this pleated skirt. I'm trying to show you the pleats there. There is navy, gray, and burgundy in this skirt. And so I pulled the navy out and felt like that was the area to focus. Again, another elastic waist skirt. So you can kind of have it sit high, you can pull it down low depending on where your natural waist is. And the thing I like about elastic skirts is they don't always necessarily have to be in your size, especially when they're loose fit. They can be a smaller size and you can still technically get away with it. So again, to belt it and cover up the elastic portion if you want, I like to add a belt. And so for the belt, I pulled out the burgundy, but you could also do navy, you could do black, you could probably get away with gray. But I like to pull out kind of that burgundy maroon color to give it another little pop. And I tell you, like t-shirts and a skirt or gaucho or pants, that's like my signature look. So I really enjoy this one. I've worn this skirt a couple of times already, and I'm really enjoying it. So, all right, this next set is the pants and the cardigan are what is thrifted. So the pants are like a pencil pant or like a pixie because I'm short. And so I always get excited when I find kind of that pixie length that makes sure that the pants don't dust and drag the floor. And then the cardigan, I have rolled up the sleeves. I find that to be helpful rather than kind of pulling them up because oftentimes throughout the day, they're less likely to unroll. That makes it helpful to kind of transition from fall to winter because I can kind of wear it and it not be super hot. And then now I'm showing you kind of with the cardigan open. And so because I tuck the white shirt, it also is a really cute look to kind of wear open, and I've paired it with a pointed toe flat, which is my typical school on the run wear. All right, so now I'm showing you a layered option for outfit. So I have the same v-neck white tee from the last outfit, and I'm pairing it with a saucy red skirt. The skirt, neither the skirt or shirt are thrifted. The skirt is actually from Rainbow, but the sweater, the cardigan, is what is thrifted. And so you can wear kind of the outfit as is, again with the same black flats. The buttons are this tortoiseshell detail, which I think is okay to be able to mix with the vibrant print. I feel like it serves as a neutral here. But when you add the cardigan, it gives it a pop of something interesting. But that way you can kind of take off the cardigan throughout the day if it gets too warm, or, you know, kind of, and rock the outfit by itself, or keep the cardigan, you know, what else. All right. The next item here, the pants are thrifted. So I'm giving a kind of color story here, and the color is neutral. So we've got a neutral set of pants that I've paired with this leopard print top with like a smaller print. And I'm showing you where I would actually probably need to get the pants hemmed to be the fit that I want. Because right now they drag because they're for, I don't know, an average height person or someone tall. And I've paired it with a neutral slide as well. And as with most pants, I've got a little back gap there just because my waist is smaller than my hips and my butt. And so I've added a little belt, but I'm about to show you how you can maybe add some unexpected interest to an outfit like this, and how you can get multiple outfits out of the same outfit. So you saw the way that the belt looked, the dark belt. And one of my favorite things to do is to cover up gaps in the clothing with a stretchy elastic belt. And so I'm coming back into this really neutral color palette and adding a belt that is in this neutral color palette on top of the pants. And so you can tell it changes the look. It still kind of stays within the same color family and adds a bit of interest. It's probably a more, I don't want to say risque because it's pretty bland, but it adds a very different, interesting look. The only thing you have to be mindful of is when you sit down and stand up, that you don't have that tucked part coming out. So, you know, it's something that I don't mind fooling with, and another really cute option to get 2 outfits out of 1. All right, what we got? So this is another, I had a little wardrobe mishap, but this is another nice neutral color palette. I love like an ivory cream shirt. Both the shirt and the pants are thrifted. The pants are, I believe, from Ashley Stewart, but they are a little shorter than the last pair of pants that I had on, but I probably will still get them hemmed. And I have them paired with a leopard print flat, which is a way of bringing some interest to the outfit in that it's still a pretty plain, typical outfit. So now we're going to pop into that same neutral brown-esque color palette that allows us to kind of, again, get a different wear, a different level of fit. I could also pair this with like a leopard print belt. The only thing about these pants is they don't have belt loops. And so I would probably do a skinny leopard print belt if it had belt loops, and I don't have a wide leopard print belt. But I love the way that adding this wide neutral belt, again, provides this level of like interest to the outfit. It kind of provides like a transition from the ivory to a lighter brown, tan, until the darker brown. And then it really ties in nicely if we keep the leopard print fats. So again, I'm showing you where I probably would get it raised, so I don't have any drag, whether I wear flats or not. And then the one thing that I love or really like to be able to do is, again, get multiple wears out of the same outfit. And so one way to add a different level of interest to this outfit is to pair a vest. So this tweed vest is also thrifted, and it's one of my new favorite pieces. I believe this one is from the Gap. Yeah, I know, right? Where did I find that? But so this piece has kind of like inside button, and then has a double breasted or a double breast effect, right? With buttons on both sides. So it allows it to kind of have some visual interest. And this actually ties in another green brown-esque color that is so subtle. I would probably still keep my leopard print shoes. So as I turn, this vest is a really nice fit because it has some open slots on the side that allow, for the hips and everything to kind of still, be comfortable. But it really adds a more masculine interest to this outfit. And so this is one of my faves for sure. All right, now we've got this blue pant back with the white shirt that we had with the Argyle cardigan. And now we're adding a pop of color. And so this is something like I like to do. I like to take maybe one outfit again and add and mix different blazers. So the pants and this blazer are thrifted here. Now I tend to like open blazers, and a couple of reasons for that. So I find oftentimes that my upper half is smaller than my bottom half, and so I like to wear jackets and sweaters open anyway because there's too much pulling on my hips and butt. Also, as I lose weight or gain weight, it allows me to get a different look or fit. So I could belt this as I get smaller and pull it closer and just have a completely different look from that alone. So that's something that I really, really enjoy doing. So, and I love that blue and coral together. It's so fun. All right, now this is one of what I call like a stretch thrifted item. One that I couldn't try on in the store because, COVID. But also based on the size, I felt like soon, maybe going into the fall, I'll be in a position to get a better fit out of it. So some people might be comfortable wearing it now. Me, not so much, because the buttons pull. And I'd be uncomfortable sitting, and really wouldn't know how to navigate that. But it was something I couldn't pass up, $3. And I think it's a cute addition to my wardrobe, and one that I look forward to being able to wear by the time it's time to wear them. And so I brought this back with the neutral sandal because I think that pairs very well. And I love the tie detail on the sleeve. And one thing I loved about this dress is it's longer in the back than the front, which usually is an issue for me, so I had to snag it. Now this I got from a sorority sister who was having a closet sale. I love the cold shoulder. It's something unexpected and spicy. And this might be something I would wear out. And I got it a couple of years ago, so it is thrifted, technically not from Goodwill, but it's a thrifted item. And one thing that I like to do is I like to be able to take my weekend and nighttime clothes into the daytime. So to do that, I oftentimes throw a blazer or a cardigan on. And so this blazer is thrifted. Again, it's a blazer that maybe is not like exactly my size, like it won't close, or I don't like the look that I get when it's closed, but I do love the look that I get when it's open. And so one thing that I like to do is pair like long and 3/4 length sleeves, because that allows me to either roll up the long sleeve so it's hidden, or I like to carry sometimes the long sleeve over the 3/4 length sleeve as a way of adding that pop of color, or that color that is a full body color on top of the pattern or the other color that I've chosen. And I just feel like it helps to pull the look together and help it to meld more, if that makes sense. And so I think this is actually the last look, and it's probably my favorite in terms of being able to transition from work to going out, maybe right after work for drinks. And so I was super pleased with my little picks from Goodwill. And there you have it. Some great finds at nice, affordable prices, and a good, solid new wardrobe for less than a brand new pair of jeans. So I could not be happier. And I feel like a lot of these pieces can transition in a bunch of different seasons, like fall, winter, and spring, which is super important. So thank you so much for joining me today, and please share if this content was helpful to you. If you have enjoyed this content and would like to see more about how psychology can walk and talk and show up in your everyday life, please feel free to subscribe, drop us a comment, leave us a message, and we'll see you soon.